So this is going to be Operation Magnum Opus. We are in Deja, Russia. The date is 04 August 2006. We are going to be assaulting Russian strongholds, secure the region so the Marines can move in and secure the main towns. So essentially, we have to take out the primary targets. That way, the Marines can come in and clean up the rest, which is pretty much the entire fucking job of Special Forces. So, the situation will be NSWC will deploy on the southern side of Russia and Nadeja in order to assault the Russian strongholds together intelligence to help the local militia. Objectives to be assault the Russian strongholds. Weather is going to be 76 degrees Fahrenheit, wind 4 miles per hour west, mostly sunny, 2% precipitation, 68% humidity, 5% chance of rain. Enemy force is going to be Russian MDV, friendly force is going to be SEAL Team 3, local militia, and Marines 1-2. So, we are doing this primarily to support the ongoing civil war between Ukraine and Russia. I guess in this timeline, we're actually doing something about it. Essentially, let's get the gist. So, relaying information from Overlord, I don't have too much information on what exactly is going to be at these locations. All I know is the locations and that we have to fucking destroy them. So that's pretty much fucking it. As you can see, SRT has already been hard at work on the first stop, or on the first location. So let's go ahead and take a look at our map. So our first location is right at the DMZ, which is 117208 in the town of Isfos. So far, he's marked about 10 foot mobiles, 1 BTR, and 1 techie with a mount. Essentially, we just need to go in there and help out on the fucking border so we don't lose that site. EODs, CIA, Chris, and Sarmi, go ahead and bring a launcher with you.
A launcher? All right,
It can either be an AT or a law.
Okay.
Our second objective, 075221, looks to be a small style compound. Typically, when it comes to these small style compounds, we're expected to either have A, hostages, or B, a high value target. We do not know what is there at this time. So when we do infiltrate that compound, do check your fire because we don't know exactly what to expect. If it is only enemies, make sure there's no fucking witnesses. If there are hostages, then we need to make sure we get them the fuck out of there safely. If there are hostages, it is most likely local militia because there has not been any reports that Marines or any friendly and UN forces have been captured by enemy. But that's pretty much all I can gather just by looking at this objective from the map. And as for our last objective, in 072248 in Rabisha, looks to be a bigger end city-style village. Looks to be a lot of structures. Here you can definitely either expect armaments, artillery batteries, multiple strongholds, ammo caches, hostages, high value targets, so on and so forth. Essentially, we just need to make sure that those are fucking destroyed or no longer in the enemy control. So that way the Marines can start pushing up. That is essentially it that we have from Overlord. We do not have very information to go off of, but that's when it comes to us. Luckily, in our fucking job description is fucking reconnaissance. If you didn't fucking know that. So we're not just gonna go in there fucking willy-nilly and just start fucking attacking shit. You guys are gonna sit in a goddamn bush and overwatch that fucking compound for 2 to 3 hours. See what's going in and out. Exactly all the fucking exits, all the fucking buildings. What's gonna be there, what's not gonna be there. What to expect when you go in. What you see through windows. Bushes, minefields. So on and so forth. If you see Spetsnaz, if you see Russian sergeants and officers, because they typically carry nods. The normal ground troops don't. So on and so forth. Now to go off of that, Keep in mind, we are going against Russian armaments. So, what does that mean? Like I said before, sergeants, officers, team leads, squad leads, plus, they have night vision capabilities. Obviously, it's not as advanced as we are, but they still have it. So, no fucking lasers, no fucking strobes. It's gonna make our job a little bit fucking harder. PID is gonna be a little bit fucking harder, and especially for the birds, it's gonna be slightly fucking harder. But you need to keep that shit in mind because the second you strobe up and you're trying to do reconnaissance, they're gonna see that shit from a mile away, especially if it's fucking pitch black and they see a fucking bright flashing light. So make sure you fucking PID heavy. There's a pretty distinct fucking difference between us carrying M4 style rifles compared to the Russians carrying AK style rifles. That's probably your biggest fucking tell. Second tell I would say is the helmets that they're wearing compared to us. Third tell during the daytime would obviously be the ammo. The camouflage that they are wearing. Nighttime is roughly all going to look the same. So PID is very important. One way to combat that is to do stick together. So when you're clearing and breaching and all that, don't fucking separate. Second you separate and you fucking clear a room by yourself, someone comes out not knowing you're not calling out and they get shot right in the fucking back or some shit like that. So PID is gonna be pretty fucking heavy. We will be rolling out in the day, but by the time we finish up our reconnaissance and all that shit, it should be rolling into night. So expect that to be at your advantage. But like I said, Russians do have nod capabilities, so we won't have the full advantage of darkness, but it will still be there against the normal fucking ground troops. So keep that in mind. Bird capabilities, we roughly don't have too much at this cop. Or I guess this is a fob according to Pouliot. We have 2 Venoms and 1 Cobra. That 1 Cobra I can definitely tell will be useful most likely at the first and third objective, since they're more of a high dense populated area, as well as since there's a BTR and ISBOS. We can use that, but we need to make sure we properly do PID because we want to fucking call the Cobra in, destroy that BTR. That BTR blows up a building next to it. Little do we know there's fucking 4 hostages sitting there fucking dead. So like I said, reconnaissance is a big fucking thing. We do not know what we're going into. All we know is what to fucking attack and what to fucking destroy. Alright. And JTAC has gonna be heavily relied on you, more specifically.
Copy.
That BTR fucking breaks off and goes into a fucking open field, you better call in a fucking strike mission fast as fuck on that. But the second that BTR re-enters those city limits, that's when you're kind of fucked and you need to call that shit off and either do it manually on the ground, or do a fucking risk move and to try to draw the enemy armor into an open area.
Yeah, okay.
So these are some of the things you need to think about. Not all of us will be probably assaulting the same locations. We'll probably split up pretty scarcely. So that way we can do reconnaissance on at least 2 objectives before we attack. And based off of the reconnaissance that we see, we can either regroup and engage as a full force, or we can divide and conquer. But like I said, that's completely dependent on what we see. So I'd say for now, we're definitely probably going to be splitting up between objective 1 and 2, since they're obviously the smaller end of the objectives. And then we'll probably do a full force assault on objective 3. Now, objective 2 looks relatively fucking simple. Any 4-man fire team can easily take that shit out. Objective number 1, on the other hand, it looks a little bit more risky. So once we get proper ISR on 1 and 2, we can then make the decision if we want the team at number 2 to regroup with 1 and take that out, or the team at 2 to attack their objective, complete it, and then rendezvous with objective 1, and then they can start their assault. That would give objective number 1 more time for ISR. That is a decision we'll most likely make on the ground once we get a full scope of what is going on. But team leads, use the fucking cover to your advantage. Don't be in open fucking fields and do not get fucking spotted unless you want to get spotted. So don't fucking, go out in the middle of the fucking open fields. Essentially, you need to stay hidden until we are 100% ready and capable to win whatever engagement we are going to start. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that really goes for fucking anything that we do. But in here, it's a little bit more crucial since we're going kind of a blind eye. So does anyone have any questions on what we're doing?
I have a question about, do we know if there's any chance of enemy anti-air Eagles or Tunguskos or anything?
I have heard reports about it, but it is unconfirmed.
Roger.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
me neither.
So, if you do run into anti-air, what are your invasive procedures? Would you go as low as you can, or would you try to break off immediately?
I'd have to identify what type it was, but if it was SAM's, I'd go as low as I can immediately. If it was some kind of cannon, I would just get out of there.
Okay. If it is some kind of cannon, do you think it would be safer just to land immediately where you are and try to use the trees as protection?
No,
Well, it
because
depends where I
that
am.
will.
It
Yeah,
depends
that
how
would not
close
help.
it is too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, what's
if
the
it was
blast
across
radius?
the tree line and you did land, most likely it would break.
Yeah.
Contact.
The trees.
Yeah, if it
But
was
if
a
it's like an
cannon,
open field,
I would
that's a different story.
essentially be
Open
trying to
field is
create
different,
cover
yeah.
between myself and the cannon. That would be the most effective solution.
Yeah, but open field is
and plus
yikes.
we already know how laser aim Arma is, so
Overpowered.
pack a parachute. I'm gonna do a quick fucking evac or a quick fucking exfil out of that bird.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
But yeah, that's essentially the risk that we're going into, and it is an unknown risk, and that's why it's a very high risk operation what we're doing.
I don't know. If I know there's gonna be anti-air, I'm not gonna fucking catch myself outside of an auto rotation in the loop.
Very firm. Cool. Does anyone else have any questions?
I'm just letting you know there, Cap. Overwatch doesn't have any good positions. It's all like flat fields and trees, and there's no towers for him to get in and get a good Overwatch. What would you like him to do?
Maintain on drone.
Copy.
Yeah. All right. Cool. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Fuck. Do an A0 check.
You can do a call check for her. That's all we know.
Check.
No, we don't.
Oh nah.
Alright, so obviously I'm gonna be actual Atlas 2 and or 3 Preacher 4. Excellent. Alright, go
That's
ahead,
4 copies.
go ahead and run it down the line using the radio.
Green line for takeoff.
Hotel 2. Hotel 2, good check.
Hotel 2 check.
Hotel 4, good check.
Fix clicks.
Use that time to the left.
Come back.
Use that town to the left. Or is that a different town? Okay.
Clicks.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's negative. Going straight up here.
I have visual on fires, but. Good copy.
Okay, let's form up wedge 10 on me. Facing bearing 262.
Remove a bit to the right. There you go.
Everybody good?
Hotel 3, far.
Hotel 2, all good.
Alright, I'm gonna move. I hope you're gonna look out for us. shift bearing 314. Alright, apparently our team is out of range of normal radios and we don't have a JTAG if I remember correctly. So we're just gonna stick to ourselves and we'll watch who's gonna come with us because there's no high ground.
Hotel 3 copy.
Again right here.
Check, we're gonna wait for you.
Watch out, pretty sure.
God damn it. Dark as fuck out.
Besides.
Hmm?
Big trench.
I don't have one.
Go. Go behind me. Go take
Yep.
the trench behind me.
Sorry, not west. Fuck. Shoot him. Good eyes. On the left.
Got something moving up on the left.
It's a friendly.
Hey, fun.
Apollo. Where'd you see the BTR last?
It's marked. It's unmarked. Technical's unmarked too.
Not moving?
Not moving. Looks like somebody's in the gunner seat, but that's it. Technical's mounted and ready to go.
I wanna hit the BTR first. Looks like we
There's
have
a guy directly in front of the church beside it. There's a couple guys spread out around the I can get to the position that I had last, drop one guy right next to that BTR, but that's about it. The rest of that city is impossible to see from any long range.
Don't worry about it, we'll just move in like this. I'm gonna jump out at BER first. From what I can see, it's a straight shot from that road that's going right next to that BTR, right?
Yeah.
So, team ready?
Yep.
Yep. Bearing 300. Let's go.
Is that a contact top window?
That's the target.
Yes, sir.
Contact, sorry. Hold one. We'll let Apollo take a shot.
Yeah.
That's a tree.
He's behind the door. I don't know how I'm getting this.
Let's move.
Confirm.
There will be a guy coming up on our right side, next to the church. Contact in that building, bearing the 04. Anybody has eyes on? Good shot. Guy next to the road, 307.
Not down.
Moving to your left, cover.
Yep. You covered. Cross.
How is he not dead, dude? No, he's not. He's 100% still alive. After 3 times. Why do you rush him?
Hand over, so over to right side.
Copy.
Discretion, I don't want to come here, it's too much of a dip. I want to come from the southern side of this little city. So let's go back out a little bit. Turn around.
Let's move behind. I go third.
Copy. Get behind.
Visual on Tango. And a possible BTR headlight.
Very exactly.
Go back to the gates where we just entered.
That's alright.
Go.
Let's move, come on.
Okay, copy. Moving.
Hand over.
Up. Yeah, visual and BTR.
Alice will be ready. I got the rare.
The one's manning machine gun on top, so I thought he jumped out. Yes, that visual.